Blood Between Dreams. Part 2. Echoes of the Hollow. The photograph burned in Anasa's hands long after she dropped it. She didn't remember standing up, didn't remember locking the door behind her, but she did it. Instinct took over. Her body moved even as her mind tried to catch up. Match was alive. No, something like Match was alive. She sat on her bed, knees drawn to her chest, her skin still damp from the cold sweat that had drenched her nightgown. The picture lay on her dresser, face down. She couldn't bear to look at it again. Not yet. Outside the world seemed hushed. No birds, no breeze. Even the trees outside her apartment window stood still, like they were holding their breath. Silence wasn't peaceful. It was expectant. Waiting. Her phone buzzed, a jarring sound in the thick quiet. It was a text. Unknown number. You shouldn't look for me, but I can't stay away. She stared at the screen until the words blurred. Then came the second message. Tonight, Hollow Park, midnight. Her heart pounded, not from fear, from longing. No matter what this was, ghost, delusion, monster, she had to know. Hollow Park was the kind of place that made people uneasy even in daylight. At night, it was something worse. The old forest twisted on itself, the branches hanging low like claws. The shadows clung too long. The air was thick with the scent of damp moss, pine needles, and something sweeter beneath it, something metallic. She wore a long coat, but the cold bled through anyway. Her breath fogged the air as she stepped off the path and followed the trail that led to the center of the woods, to the hollow. They called it that because it was shaped like a bowl, a clearing sunken in the earth, surrounded by leaning trees and rock faces. It was a natural amphitheater where every sound echoed back twice as loud. She paused at the edge of the clearing, and then she saw him. Match. Exactly as she remembered. No more than she remembered. His skin glowed pale beneath the moonlight, his hair darker, his features sharper, as if carved by something ancient. He wore black, a coat that fell to his knees, boots that made no sound on the forest floor. Her breath caught. "You're real," she whispered. He stepped toward her, slowly. "I didn't want you to see me like this." His voice was the same, low, velvet soft, haunted. She stepped forward, too. "You let me think you died." A pause. He lowered his gaze. "Because I had to." Then she was in his arms. She didn't remember moving, but suddenly he was there, and his arms wrapped around her, and his scent filled her senses. That mix of old cologne and something darker beneath. Copper, earth, rain. Their lips met. It wasn't tender. It wasn't cautious. It was desperate, starved. He kissed like a man drowning, like he'd waited for centuries. His fingers tangled in her hair, pulling her closer. Her coat slipped from her shoulders, forgotten. Her hands found the hard lines of his back, the tension in his muscles. His mouth moved to her throat. She shivered, not from cold, from the heat of it, from the need. Then his breath stopped. He pulled back, eyes wide, glowing faintly red. "I can't," he rasped. "Why?" she gasped. He took a step back, shaking. "Because I'm not who I was." She touched his face. "Tell me." "All of it." He did. They sat by the stone outcrop, curled together under a tattered wool blanket he had hidden in a knothole. Match spoke in a voice low and tired. unraveling truths like ribbons. He had never died. The accident was staged. There had been blood, but not his. He was being hunted. A secret cabal known only as the Ardent Circle. Monster hunters cloaked in divine purpose. They discovered what he was and marked him for destruction. They don't just kill, he said. They erase. They make you forget you ever loved me. Forget I existed. That's why I had to go. But I remember, she whispered. Because I came back. Because I stayed. Because every night I sat beside your bed and refused to let them take that from you. Tears slipped down her cheeks. I thought I was going insane. No, he said. You were remembering something real. He looked away. I feed. That's what I am now. I tried to stay away from you, but I couldn't. She tilted his face toward her. Do you love me? He nodded. Slowly, brokenly. Then let me choose. She kissed him again, and this time he didn't pull away. They lay tangled in the blanket as the sky began to pale. A hush had fallen over the hollow deeper than before. Anasa felt the tremor in Match's chest, even as he tried to hide it. They know, he said suddenly. She stiffened. What? I stayed too long. They can feel it. The circle knows I broke the rules. Anasa sat up. Then we run. Together. Match shook his head. No. They'll find me. And you. They'll use you to get to me. She took his hand. Then we stop running. We fight. A pause. His eyes searched hers. Then he nodded. In the distance, a bell tolled. Low hollow, not from any church. Anasa turned toward the sound and smiled. The game had changed. She wasn't afraid anymore.